So now in the book burning before the books come out, the Mandalorian visual guide and the novel officially canceled by Lucasfilm. We are not going to get a novelization about the Mandalorian.
Oh, well, we're not getting the Mandalorian. Oh,
we are not getting their visual guide.
Yeah.
We are not getting anything Mandalorian in print. They are literally
wow. Okay.
And if you go ahead and reference that article.
Sure, I got it right with me. Want me to read from it?
Yeah, please. Specifically, if you can read the Twitter tweet whatever's that they use to announce.
Okay.
I want to quote
is this the DK Books tweet?
Yeah.
DK Books first tweeted this morning, due to the ever-expanding world of The Mandalorian, we will no longer be publishing The Mandalorian Ultimate Visual Guide at this time as the story continues to unfold on screen.
Yeah.
Moments later, Del Rey tweeted, due to the ever-expanding world of The Mandalorian, we will no longer be publishing the Mandalorian original novel at this time as the story continues to unfold on screen. Yeah. Now, I had reached out to Del Rey, the Del Rey representative, to ask if they could give more details, and they responded, no!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's what I
is that an exact quote? Is that exactly how?
Yeah, that's just what I imagine they would say.
Yeah,
some hysterical screaming no at me.
Because Hasbro is having the same problem. You got to understand that the publisher and Hasbro and all these licensees are not happy about this. They don't give a flying F about Gina Carano or Cara Dune or any other shit. All they care about is making sales. And so this is directly impacting their sales. You know, you're telling me I can't sell the stuff that sells. Well, then why the hell am I paying you a license fee? But that's what happens. And that reread the first part of that, the whole thing about the expanding universe.
Yeah, it continues to unfold on screen. Okay, so
never have they ever put that limitation on their visual guides. They put it out, and if there's more to say, they put out another edition. That's bullshit. They are doing this because they don't want to make reference to Gina Carano and Cara Dune. Now, one could make the argument, well, for the visual guide, all you got to do is take out the page that talks about Cara Dune. But of course, this is Kennedy flexing her muscles and saying, yeah, no, we don't want to promote Mandalorian at all in any way. We want it to die. So we're canceling.
Yeah. I'm seriously wondering if ever
you try to tell me there isn't a civil war going on behind the scenes. No, if this isn't freaking proof about it, this is proof of it.
Everybody's been on Kathleen Kennedy's side. Come on now. There's no civil. They're okay with their show and their merchandise.
Anybody who wants to make freaking money is against Kathleen Kennedy. That's where your civil war is. I'm not even talking about, Favreau versus Kennedy. I'm talking about anybody who wants to make bank and cares about making money at Disney is opposed to Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, yeah. I guess it's all about the ideology over in that camp. I don't know what the plan is. None of this is making sense to me. I mean,
it's everything we're going to be talking about tonight. This has nothing to do with companies making money. This is literally a psyop against the American psyche. They want to brainwash you into, yes, whatever you say this is evil. I won't do it. I won't read it. I will wring my hands and clutch my pearls. They are istophobes, and we hate them because you say to hate them, Disney.
Autogenous comment for you. Sounds like Chapek is okay with his good old pal Kennedy not making money because ideology is their business goal.
So here's what I'm going to say about Chapek, okay?
Should I get into the next article or something? Or go ahead. Say what you're going to say about him.
What is the next article? Because we are. Yeah. No, that is a great segue. So Disney CEO addresses Gina Carano, Mandalorian firing, Lucasfilm chief's future at shareholder meeting. So that's an excellent point. We had previously had a pre-filmed bit where he was going on about how great Kathleen Kennedy was and how great Favreau was and how great everybody, Feige, They're all wonderful. Please invest in Disney. That's basically what he was getting at, right? And everyone's coming out saying, "Oh, he supports Kathleen Kennedy," and da, da, da. And it's like, that may be true, but you can't take anything he says at face value. He's going and making. I said that would be like making a commercial. We know that our product sucks, but please give us a chance anyway. You don't do that. You say our product is the best there is, and everything here is awesome. Come buy our product, And that's what Chapek is doing. When he says Kathleen Kennedy's doing a great job, he cannot publicly go out and say, yeah, this bitch sucks, let's get rid of her. He can say that behind the scenes. He's not going to say that on camera. So then we have this investor call where everybody who owns stock in Disney, which is not me anymore, because Netta and I sold our stock because we simply can no longer justify supporting a company that supports Chinese camps where people go to think really hard. But so two people did get through to make their comments, and one of them said, so is there a blacklist at Disney? Because it's been very clear that you're going to fire somebody like Gina Carano who makes comments on social media that are considered to be right-wing, but the left-wing comments you stand behind. No. We don't feel that there is a blacklist. Yeah, please read it.
Yeah, sure. I don't really see Disney as characterizing itself as right-leaning or left-leaning, Chapek said. He said that Disney was interested in standing for quote-unquote values that are universal, such as decency and integrity, as well as in making content that is reflective of the rich diversity of the world that we live in.
Yeah. And that's the kind of stuff that if there was somebody who had the opportunity to come back and make a response to that, say, oh, really? Basically, let me translate what he just said. We don't see it as right and left. We see it as right and wrong. And you people that are right are all wrong. That's basically what he's saying. He's basically saying, yep, you're absolutely right. If you stand opposed to this left-wing ideology, you're evil and wrong, and we stand against it. That's really what he said, almost to the word. However, put that aside for a moment. There was no opportunity for somebody to come back and say, well, wait a minute. You are perfectly okay with somebody drawing a comparison to the National Socialist Party of Germany when it's somebody on the left, like a certain Mandalorian. But when someone draws a comparison like Gina Carano, you fire her. You're hypocrites, But that's not what came out. But what was even more telling was the person that said something about, do you have any intention of firing Kathleen Kennedy and putting someone more competent in charge like Jon Favreau? And his response was, we're very pleased to be working with someone like Kathleen Kennedy. And
I have the quote.
Please.
Because we don't
want to mischaracterize.
We don't want to mischaracterize anyone on the screen. Chapek declared himself absolutely thrilled with Kennedy's performance. We look forward to having Kathy directing the activities of the entire Lucasfilm operation for many years to come.
Exactly. So the first reaction is, oh my gosh, he's supporting her and he likes her and he's behind her. And again, I will say that may be true. But you can't take what he said at an investor call as evidence of that. What the hell is he going to say? Yeah, she's a bitch. I can't stand her. I want to get rid of her. But what can I do? She's a woman.
He wouldn't do that at an investor call.
Exactly.
Tomorrow.
He clearly had a scripted response ready to go because he could basically repeated what he had said, in the previous, recorded video. But so again. Who knows? A lot of people look at Chapek as being the bean counter. And so a lot of people think he's the one who is most bothered by the fact that they're not making bank. And he knows what's going on. And he knows it's directly related to this bullshit that Kathleen Kennedy's pulling. But it is what I've been saying all along, people. It is far more complicated than just she's not making money, we should fire her. There are all kinds of politics going on. Corporate politics, real world politics, global politics, all kinds of things at play that limit You know, anybody who thinks that any one person can just wave a magic wand and do whatever they want is very deluded. Everyone thinks the president of the United States is a dictator who can, you know, do an executive order and do whatever he wants. That's not how it works, people. You know, and it's the same thing with the CEO of a company. They can't just do whatever they want because everybody answers to somebody. And that's what we're getting at today. Everyone has to answer to the mob now. The mob mentality of cancel culture. That is real. And people need to think about that before they post something online or make a press release.
But it's being managed by corporations, okay?
It is.
Because
corporations are pluralities. They are not single people. They, you know, don't exist in a vacuum. They have to answer to each other.
Okay.
See? No one person is in control.
Because right now they're going after the conservatives, but they're going to start going after dissidents on the left at some point too.
Yeah, just look at history, people. Look at what happens in these countries where there's a coup. What were we talking about? Look at Robespierre, right?
Yeah,
he's the one who's saying, you know, these people are evil. Let's cut off their heads. Well, what happened to Robespierre and all of his people? They got their heads cut off too, because eventually the people that take over look and say the dissidents that got us into power need to go because they'll overturn us eventually too. So everybody, you know, who is in cancel culture today is going to be the people that are getting canceled tomorrow.